All right, it's 10 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome, everyone. We are delighted to have you join us here for today's web chat with the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm Alissa Ewer, an Assistant Dean in the Graduate School at UW-Madison, and I'll be moderating today's presentation. We have a lot of information to cover, but we also want you to participate and ask questions too. Here you will see today's agenda. We'll start with a welcome from the Dean of the Graduate School. We will share photos and points of pride about what makes Madison so special, since unfortunately at this time we are not able to host you on campus in person. Then you'll hear from experts on how to apply to UW-Madison and what financial options and other programs are available to you. Then we'll have live question and answer for about 10 minutes. And we'll end at 10:45 Central Time. Throughout the presentation, if you have questions you'd like to ask, I would encourage you to submit those in the chat box with your name and email address. And when we get to the Q&A portion, a facilitator will read questions to the panelists who will answer. If we do not answer your question during the session, we will answer those directly via email. If you don't see the chat box right now, look for the little round comment bubble at the bottom of your screen. When you click on it, you'll see a chat box open in the right panel. If you're using the mobile app, you may need to click on the person icon in the upper right corner of the app, and then on the chat bubble in the lower left corner. Note, you'll only be able to chat with panelists. Chat won't be viewable by all attendees. I also want to let you know that this presentation is being recorded and it will be captioned afterwards and posted on the explore.grad.wisc.edu website. And next, I will turn it over to UW-Madison Graduate School Dean, William J. Karpus.
Thank you, Alissa. On behalf of the Graduate School at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, welcome to our open house. I am William Karpus, Dean of the Graduate School. Thank you for joining us virtually. By participating today, you are taking the important first step to plan your education beyond an undergraduate degree during these unprecedented times. During our open house today, I hope you will find useful information as you prepare for your graduate school applications in the future. In addition to this live plenary session, you will also find several concurrent sessions on demand, covering different topics such as understanding different graduate career paths, preparing a strong application, and what graduate student life is like in Madison for a few McNair scholars. Most importantly, you will have the opportunity to interact with and learn about many of our graduate programs and campus services in the afternoon between 1 and 3 p.m. Central Time. I encourage you to utilize this unique opportunity to talk to campus representatives to find the best program that fits your academic interests and to explore different student services our campus has to offer. Putting together your graduate school application might seem like a daunting task, and I want to assure you that we are here to help you navigate the process every step of the way. Please do not hesitate to reach out to the program to which you are applying and our admissions staff at the graduate school for support. UW-Madison is one of the world's most prominent institutions for graduate education and research, with over 160 master's and doctoral programs from which to choose, many of them highly ranked nationally and internationally. That's why we receive tens of thousands of applications every year and admit a fraction of that number. UW-Madison has been ranked in the top 10 in the nation in research expenditures every year since 1972, spending over $1.2 billion annually in the most recent year. For prospective students like yourself, this translates into access to world-renowned faculty members, groundbreaking research opportunities, competitive research funding options, and rich student resources. We are actively seeking talented students with diverse perspectives and backgrounds to join us because diversity is a source of strength, creativity, and innovation for UW-Madison. We are committed to creating an inclusive environment for all students, especially those who are underserved and underrepresented in higher education. You will learn more about the opportunities and programs from the Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Funding momentarily. This is an office dedicated to engaging, recruiting, and retaining underrepresented graduate students at UW-Madison. This office is one of the many robust support services on our campus. As a graduate student here, you would have access to award-winning university health services, campus libraries that support and engage with students both in person and virtually, professional development programming to support your academic and career goals, a writing center with extensive expertise in supporting graduate student research and writing, and much, much more. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, we invest in the success of our graduate students. Lastly, I want to take this opportunity to thank our presenters, our panelists, and participating program officials throughout today. You made our open house possible. To all of you watching in different corners of the world, welcome again, and on Wisconsin.
Thank you, Dean Karpus. And next we have a few slides with some points of pride about the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Our university is known throughout the world for excellence in teaching, research, and service, but we're also known for our one-of-a-kind campus. The campus and the city of Madison offer you a mix of experiences that span the arts, history, academia, nature, sports, and some of the best dining in the world. The changing seasons are one of the many ways that we define life in Wisconsin. And in Madison, we find creative ways to get the most out of each one. Built on an isthmus and surrounded by lakes, Madison blends the city and the campus, green spaces, and urban areas to create a place unlike anywhere else. It's a warm, welcoming community and a very family-friendly place as well. As Dean Karpus mentioned, our university has an international reputation for excellence. We have been nationally and internationally ranked as a top 8 research institution, 13th best public college in the U.S., 7th in patents held among U.S. universities, top 5 for federal support of graduate students, with $27.3 million in funding for science and engineering fellowships, traineeships, and training grants, and 33rd most powerful global university brand. But don't just take my word for it. Visit explore.grad.wisc.edu/about to watch a 2.5-minute video about how great it is to be a graduate student at UW-Madison. You'll catch a glimpse of life in the city and on campus and hear testimonials from graduate students themselves. And now we'd like to transition to information about how to apply to graduate school at our university. Rebecca Adams, Associate Student Services Coordinator in the Graduate School Office of Admissions, will speak next. And as a reminder, please keep asking questions in the chat box and include your name and email. We'll address some of those questions during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. Okay. Thanks, Rebecca.
Hi, as Alissa said, I'm Rebecca Adams and I work in the admissions office in the graduate school here at UW-Madison. For the next few minutes, I'm going to talk a little bit about applying to graduate school as well as what the process is applying to graduate school at UW-Madison. Next slide. One thing you want to keep in mind when you're applying is things to consider before you even start applying. So some things you might want to consider is why graduate school? I want to pursue scholarly interests, pursue a professional degree program. I want advancement in my job. Or is graduate school right for me? What is the career potential of my field? What do I want the degree to do for me? So these are some points that you can just think about before you start on the application process. Once you start on the application process, you want to make sure that you're deciding which program is best for you. Here at UW-Madison, we have over 158 master's programs as well as 109 doctoral programs that are offered. What you want to do is make sure that you educate yourself on all the different programs that are offered here. You're able to do that at the website grad.wisc.edu/academic programs. Through that website, you're able to explore the different programs and find out a little bit more about them. For example, you can find out if the program offers any online courses, night courses, daytime courses, what their minimum requirements for the program might be, as well as a small overview of what the program offers. Once you've decided on which program you maybe want to learn a little bit more about, you're able to go to that program's website for more information. Once you've gone to their website, this is where you can dive even deeper into the program to find out what faculty members you might be working with, what other graduate students have said about the program, and just get a better idea of the whole program before you start to apply. Go to the next slide. Thank you. So now that you've chosen your program and you've read the website and you feel good about preparing your application for this program, you want to ensure that you've looked at the program's website thoroughly to ensure that you know what their minimum requirements are, as well as if they have any guidance on writing a statement of purpose and what letters of recommendation they might be looking for. When thinking about your letters of recommendation, you could ask a professional colleague, a professor, or a former manager. Make sure that you reach out to these colleagues or a professor before you ask them to write the letter of recommendation, so that when you send them that request, they're aware of what you're doing to pursue your career, as well as why you're interested in the program that you're applying to. You don't want someone to receive a request for a letter of recommendation without knowing why it's being sent to them. So that's one point that you really want to make sure that you've asked them what you are doing and that they are aware of what's happening there. So generally our programs do also require about 3 letters of recommendation, but you can find out on their program website if they maybe require less letters of recommendation or they require more. So our application is online, and when you apply online, you're able to apply to 3 programs. You're not required to apply to 3 programs, but it's an option that's available to you. When applying to 3 different programs, you only pay one $75 application fee. Please ensure that you have decided which programs you want to apply to before submitting your application, because you are not able to add additional programs after it's been submitted. This is one feature of our application that allows you to apply to the multiple programs for the one fee. You'll also need to ensure that you've checked your program's website. As I mentioned before, they have a lot of information on that website, as well as the fact that they might have different deadlines. So you want to ensure that you've looked at the program's website and seen what deadlines they might have. If you're applying to maybe 2 different programs and one program has a deadline in February, but one program has a deadline in March, you need to prepare your whole application by the first deadline, and then you can always add more documents or replace previously updated documents later for that second deadline that might be coming up. Once you've submitted your application, you can go back and check the status of your application through the link that's listed on the bottom of the slide. Through that link, you're able to see if your program has sent you any emails through an email history, as well as you're able to see any updates that have been made. And this is where you also can make any changes to your personal information, replace any documents, or see if official test scores have also been uploaded. This is what our graduate school application looks like. On the left-hand side, you can see that there's a different toolbar: personal information, education, statements, and CV. By personal information and citizenship, we can see green check marks. That means that those sections have been completed. Right now, it's on the Program Select section, and this is where you're able to select those 1 to 3 programs that you would like to apply to, and you're able to select them by the different terms. Right now, you're only able to apply to the fall 2020 term, If you would like to apply to the fall 21 term, then you need to just wait until September 2nd when that application will open. If you're looking through the different programs, you don't see the program that you thought you wanted to apply to, go ahead and back and check their website to ensure that they're open for the term that you're trying to apply to. For example, not all of our programs allow spring admission, for example. So if you're looking to join the university in the spring, just double check that program's website to make sure that they're open for that term. If they're not open for that term, you can always reach out to them and try to work with them to find out what terms they are open for to take your application. Here is where we can see the letters of recommendation. This is again where you're able to customize the application a little bit. Through here, you're able to decide if you would like to send each one of your recommenders one program to recommend. What that means is that you can decide if you have one recommender that would be able to speak very positively to possibly an English PhD, you're able to send them the letter of recommendation request. And then you could send another recommender a request to do agriculture and applied economics MS. Or you're able to send all of your recommenders all 3 different programs and they upload one letter. It's up to you if you would like to possibly maybe have 9 recommenders write different letters of recommendation for different programs, or if you're just going to have one recommender write the letter for all 3 different programs. This is where you can pick and choose. Please note that in this section, you have waived your right to read your letter of recommendation. A secure email is sent to your recommender with a link where they can upload the letter of recommendation and then is only available for your program to review. It's not something that you will ever be able to see. Lastly, we have our statements of purpose and CV. As you can see on the left-hand side with the toolbar, we've been able to jump around a little bit. You're not required to go in order of the application. You can choose which section you'd like to complete first, second, or last. It allows you to move around freely. Through the statements of purpose, this is again where you're able to customize the application a little bit. This is where you can decide to write 3 individual letters of statement of purpose, or you can write one general letter and upload it to your programs. Excuse me. You're only required to upload one resume, and then that's viewable to all the programs. Please note that when thinking about writing your statement of purpose, it's good to go back and check the program's website to see if they have any guidelines of what they're looking for in the statement of purpose, and if they have specific requirements and things that they would like you to mention. This is where you can really decide what you would like to upload into that document, and only the program will be able to see it that you've uploaded it for. For example, biological systems engineering will only see that statement of purpose. They won't be able to see the English PhD statement of purpose. So thank you very much for listening about our application, and I'll be available for questions later on in the presentation.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was incredibly helpful. Everyone out there, please keep entering your questions in the chat, and when you do so, please select to send the questions to all panelists and include your email address. So next, we'll pivot to funding. Interim Assistant Dean for Diversity, Inclusion, and Funding, Christopher Yu, will speak on the topic of how to obtain financial support for your graduate education.
Thank you, Alissa, and welcome everyone to our virtual open house. First, I will share with you all some information about funding options and opportunities here at UW-Madison. And after our session today, please visit our website at grad.wisc.edu/funding for more details as well. I want to start by talking about the estimated cost of attendance for UW-Madison graduate education. Cost of attendance is an estimation of all the expenses that might occur in a given year, assuming you are enrolled here full-time. The Office of Financial Aid will update the estimate annually, so you can visit the website listed here for the most up-to-date information as well. You will also be able to find the estimate for specific programs like law or pharmacy, which have different tuition levels. For 2020-2021 academic year, The annual estimated cost of attendance for a Wisconsin resident pursuing a graduate degree is a little over $34,000. And for out-of-state students, the estimate is $47,000. So how do people afford this hefty price tag, you might ask? For students here at UW-Madison, they will take advantage of a variety of funding options, such as different types of assistantships, where students take on additional work responsibilities, fellowship opportunities, loan options from the Office of Financial Aid, as well as employment opportunities on and off campus. So next, I want to talk a little bit deeper about some of these options that we offer our students. Under assistantship opportunities, we have three main categories of opportunities you can pursue. The first one is research assistantships, where students will help advance research, usually in a lab setting or under the guidance of a faculty member. We also offer project or program assistantships, where students will support an office on campus with assignments such as coordinating programs, organizing events, analyzing data, or supporting student services. For teaching assistants and lecturers, they will take on duties such as lecturing, grading papers, supervising lab sessions, leading discussion sections, or developing course curriculum. All of our assistantship positions with more than 13 hours of weekly commitment will receive tuition remission benefits, a stipend, as well as access to health insurance. All assistantships opportunities are posted on our UW student job website, so you can see what kind of opportunities and positions are currently available. And to visit that, you can visit studentjobs.wisc.edu. Again, you can find all currently available assistantship opportunities that's listed on our website. You may also seek fellowship opportunities here at UW-Madison during your graduate studies, and some of them are external fellowships supported by UW-Madison. Others are external fellowships supported by external funding agencies and funders. These opportunities usually do not come with work or service expectations, and you should really consider them as grants that you do not have to pay back. We also offer some traineeship opportunities. Those are usually linked to federal training grants where you're expected to work through a training curriculum during the traineeship period. So let me tell you a little more about external funding options. So there are many federal and private external funding options you can pursue, such as from the National Science Foundation, National Institute of Health, Ford Foundation, Gates Foundation, just to name a few. Here are a couple of tips for you when you're considering pursuing external funding opportunities. The first one is definitely start your search early. Consider your own backgrounds and expertise and pursue options that you would qualify and really stand out in the application process. Choose your recommenders wisely. Can they speak to your qualifications and experiences in detail? Do they really know your academic abilities well? Make sure you choose someone you worked with and know well. Definitely utilize the resources wherever you might be, such as writing centers, libraries, and definitely reach out to other alumni fellows from the past who were selected for advice. You can usually find previous awardees on external funding agencies' websites, and I'm sure alumni from your university would be more than happy to help you and give you some advice. If you're not awarded the first time you applied, don't give up and apply again next round. All of these opportunities are highly competitive. They often have to reject perfectly qualified applicants, just like admission process here at UW-Madison. So don't give up. Try again next year. And really understand the details of your funding. What's included? What are the requirements and obligations you have? You don't want to lose your funding because you forgot to submit a required report on time, and that has happened in the past. And lastly, make sure you ask a lot of questions. Next, I want to talk a little bit more about funding packages. You might have heard them before. In essence, funding packages is a financial support offer usually put together by the program or department that you are admitted to. For PhD students admitted here at UW-Madison, you are usually provided with a 5 years guaranteed funding support that might include a combination of funding options such as fellowships and assistantships, etc. Make sure you fully understand what's included in your funding package before committing to an offer. Next slide, please. Will your tuition be covered? That's something to consider. Will other related fees be paid? The details of the offer also might change from year to year. So if you received a funding package that includes fellowship and assistantships, the terms of those agreement might be different from year to year. Make sure you ask about health insurance coverage. What is the premium you'll have to pay out of the pocket? And definitely consider the cost of living where the university is located. With the same amount of stipend, it will last you a lot longer here in Madison, Wisconsin, as opposed to a big city like New York City or Seattle. I highly recommend you to attend the breakout session later on evaluating graduate school offers to learn more about this process. Because who knows, you might also receive multiple graduate school offers, which is a wonderful position to be in. Here are a couple more costs that you should consider. Next slide. The first one is transportation. Do you need to commute to campus? Are public transportation options accessible and as affordable as they are here in Madison? So here at UW-Madison, all enrolled students here can access the bus pass card, which is already being paid for by your fees. Next one is, are there housing options for graduate students on campus? What if you have family or other considerations to be thought about in this process? Here at UW-Madison, we also offer very affordable family housing options here in our beautiful Lakeshore area. What about food options and cost? Are there additional fees you need to consider, like application fees, program fees, equipment fees, and other books that you might need to purchase? And lastly, what about fund money? Will the stipend allow me to pursue my interests and hobbies, or do I need to take on an additional part-time job? Life and study balance is still extremely important in the graduate school. So what can you do now? Here are some steps you can take now, whether you're a freshman or a senior. It's never too early to start thinking about what program you are interested in. Do your research, take related classes, talk to the professor teaching those classes about your interest, and they might have good suggestions, and they might even write a letter for you when you do apply. Take a look at different program websites and see their requirements and other information such as how many years does it typically take to finish the degree program and what are the employment outcomes for students that have already graduated. See if you can find out what percentage of students in the programs you're interested in actually receive funding support. I want to emphasize that not all programs provide abundant funding options. For professional degree programs like business and engineering, the funding options are rare and extremely competitive. Find out more about the estimated cost of attendance for the university you are interested in and see what's been offered in the past that would cover the cost of attendance. After that, definitely reach out to the faculty members you might be interested in working with and start the application. I also highly recommend you to visit the 2 breakout sessions later on how to prepare a strong application for a PhD, master, or professional degree program to learn from the experts who review applications themselves about the process and what they're looking for. Another step to take is to visit the campus to see if the campus in the city would be a good fit for you. Obviously, that's not possible right now, and I encourage you to take virtual visits of our campus on the website admissions.wisc.edu/campus-virtual-tour. That link is also posted on the About page on our Explore website for the virtual open house. And if you have any questions, do let us know. And definitely continue to reach out to our faculty members and graduate program coordinators. We're happy to speak with you and answer any questions you might have. So that's a lot of information about fellowships. I hope you took some notes. If you did not, that's completely okay. You can revisit this recording of this presentation on a later date. You can also, again, visit our website for additional information. Next, I would like to introduce to you some other programs and opportunities from the Office of Diversity, Inclusion, and Funding that might interest you. You might also visit our website at grad.wisc.edu/diversity to find more information. So the first program I want to talk about and really highlight to you all is our Summer Research Opportunities Program here at UW-Madison. As the name suggests, this is a summer program which provides unique opportunities for undergraduate students to work closely with faculty mentors and graduate students on a research project in a discipline or major of your choosing. Usually our summer program lasts for 10 weeks. Obviously this year's program is a little bit different compared to previous years. We are offering the program online, and I know many of our current SLP 2020 cohorts are in this live presentation right now. So hi, and I will see you all next week during our virtual social hour. An application for this opportunity is open on November 1st every year for the following summer. It is, again, a highly competitive program, and we had over 1,000 applications this year. I recommend you to start your application early and talk to your recommendation letters writers early as well, so you can complete the application and submit your application early. You can, again, visit this page listed here for more information, specifically about our summer research opportunity programs. UW-Madison Graduate School also offers a robust application fee grant program for eligible applicants. Many of you here today would automatically qualify for this application fee grant opportunity for participating in a pipeline program like McNair. So shout out to our McNair scholars out there. Or if you have participated in the Big Ten Academic Alliance Summer Research Opportunities Program, or SROP. For a complete list of eligible programs, visit our website below. You will also find other eligibility requirements, instructions to apply on the same page as well. After you are admitted, we also provide a variety of programs designed for underserved student populations to help you find community here at UW-Madison. My office put on a mixer series for specific identity groups where students can mingle and enjoy food together. We also plan other community gatherings like our welcome party and the end of the school year celebrations. We also have collaborated with our University Health Services Office to create support groups for our graduate students. We will continue our programming virtually this fall. We also have 8 graduate research scholars communities here on campus that were organized based on your discipline. So in addition to offering designated funding opportunities for underrepresented graduate students, they also have plenty of professional development and community building opportunities. Again, you can find more details about all these programs on our website at grad.wisc.edu/diversity. And thank you for participating in our virtual open house today. I hope to see you at 1 o'clock at our graduate program and resources fair this afternoon.